Welcome back to the Barry Charles Footy Show, your one-stop shop for everything rugby league. How are we doing out there, guys and gals? Are you ready for the new season coming up? Well, yes indeed. We're going to continue the preview show with the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs. Yes, the team that could fly all the way to the moon in 2024 if history repeats itself. 2004 they won the grand final. 2014 they made the grand final. It's 2024, 10 years later, they're going to go to the promised land again. Well, my simple answer to that is I don't think so. Is no. I don't feel they're going to go all the way. And why I say that is because they've got no gun in the halves. That is my question. If they had signed a Jerome Luai, which I understand they pulled out because of money, I think they had to bite the bullet and gone boom for that. And obviously missing out on Fanua Black as well. Those two, that were the cream of the crop that would have got them to the promised land. But obviously they might have overpaid for a Matt Burton and the likes. So the money is, and the kick hours makes it a little bit hard to get some of the players. But let's have a look at the Canterbury Bankstown losses and gains for 2024. So they've lost Jake Averillo, who was very much Mr. Fix-It all over the show. Luke Thompson was their main prop, and they really haven't replaced a like for like there. Kyle Flanagan is out the door, and Braden Burns. If we look at the gains, it's every single player, pretty much outside Jake Tubman is more just a hooker, are all utilities. Salmon, Connor Tracy, Drew Hutchinson, Blake Taaffe, and Kurt Mann. And have they got too many? The biggest question, I would say yes. They've signed probably one or two too many. But there is the question mark for them as well is how do they fit everybody into the team and where do they go for the Bulldogs? That's the question mark, but there is a lot of competition for places, which is promising for you Bulldogs fans out there. So let's have a look at potential lineup here. Question marks on who's going to be fullback. People are saying it's Stephen Crichton all day. You could argue for Connor Tracy. You can also argue for Jacob Carrez. You can argue for Blake Taaffe. So many options there. It's so big. But I'm going for Jacob Carrez because I've seen the way he has played fullback. He's a gun. I think he is the player they need, a fullback. I think he is just with the team they got, I think he would be better suited to play fullback than the other ones in the position. I just think Jacob Carrez will really get this team going. He runs hard. He does the hard yards. I think that's what they need at fullback. If you look at the wingers, Josh Adokar clearly on one side. And to me, to fit these other guys in, I put Bronson Cherry on the wing. I just let him speed the burn on the wing. Let's get it done. Obviously, he can play centre and you can move one of these guys to number 6. But I'm going for the dream team of Crichton and Matt Burton in the centre pairing. I just think the Bulldogs just need to do that. It will shore up the defence. You put them there, the leaky defence out wide is out the door. They will be defensive kings. Now, the question mark is in the halves pairing, can they give them enough ball for them to deliver? Which I think they've got enough talent there to deliver enough, but not world class. And that is the danger for you Bulldogs fans who are looking for their premiership this season. So my halves pairings, well, again, you could have gone for a whole lot of different pairings here, but I'm sticking with Toby Sexton for now. But you could clearly have Drew Hutchinson at full number 7. And you also got a number 6 or so. I've gone Blake Taaffe at 6 and 7 is Toby Sexton. But you also got Drew Hutchinson, Matt Burton obviously can play 6. You've got Carl Uluapu when he comes back as well. And Salmon, and there's also Kurt Mann's an option as well. So they got a lot of talent there. No superstars, but they've got talent. If they can find one that really goes out of the bulk of the season, it could be Drew Hutchinson too. If one of them, or Toby Sexton, just bolts the gate this season, then the Bulldogs can be a premiership threat. But I don't think they will be. But if they turn their halves around, they are absolutely dangerous. But where the weak links are is the forward pack, then especially the props. Now, I don't know where they're going to go. Liam Knight's really the only specialised prop, Ryan Sutton sort of. But I'm putting Raymond for Tillamere in a back. I just think he just needs to go up the middle with Josh Curran. I think you just got to go for these guys because they already got Preston and Vinia Makiko in the clearly going to be the two second rows. I just think these two just can run hard, tackle hard. That's what they need because they haven't really got that type of player in the squad. Reid Mahoney's got mortgage on the number 9 jersey. And I see Kurt Mann playing 13, even though they're saying Josh Curran to 13, and you'll have like Liam Knight starting. I'd understand that as well, but I'm going for this to use as much of the utilities we've got for the Tigers fans. And then on the bench, Jamin Salmon can play a lot of positions. The second row is what they've been talking about. So Liam Knight will be the prop. You've got Max King or Ryan Sutton, whoever you want to play there. And I've gone for Drew Hutchinson as the 17 because I think he's got more leaps and bounds. But you could easily put Drew Hutchinson into 7 and bring Connor Tracy onto that utility bench. And Connor Tracy can easily play on the wing too for Bronson Cherry if he doesn't deliver. So it's going to be interesting. They've got a little bit of depth. Ryan Sutton's going to be there in the bounce. Jackson Topinay, nice young player. Jake Turpin and Blake Wilson and those. But yeah, to me it's just a bit of a potentially can make the top 8, but it's going to come down to the halves if they're going to get to the top 8. If the halves dwindle, then they may struggle and finish mid-bottom. I don't see them getting one spoon this season. Their squad is a lot better, and they've got a lot of X factor in this team. Just whether or not they can get the halves to deliver. That is the $1,000,000 question. Can they get the halves to deliver, folks? Whoever they put there. You can put Crichton in there. You put Burton in there. Some people are going to say Crichton's going to be the fullback and Burton at 6. Yes, I just don't know if that'll work either. I don't know. I could be proved wrong. Matt Burton's got a good kicking game. I understand that, but he needs a gun 7. If he's going to be there, they need a gun 7. But I just see the centre pairing of Crichton and Matt Burton absolutely looks like a juggernaut to me, potentially, if they can get their halves right. Yeah, but obviously the weak links for you Bulldogs fans is the forward pack. It is very much... the starting forward pack will be pretty good, but the bench... Liam Knight could be starting. Yeah, it looks very weak, and that's if they had the alpha male for Adam Fanua Blake and the Jerome Luai for next season, I would say the Bulldogs are a premiership free. But without them, and if they don't get them, they need to get a gun half, or one of these current players has to turn into a gun half, which is yet to be proven by any of them. If one of them can turn into a gun half, then look out, the Bulldogs will be on a resurgence. So the Bulldogs, to me, are a potential top 8 squad. Definitely would be one of the bolters to make the top 8 for mine. Definitely within a hope of making them with the signings. But yes, the halves are the biggest question for me. Burton could play 6, so it might strengthen up their position, but it might weaken another. But yeah, if you put Burton at 6 and then Bronson Cherry goes into the centre, bringing Connor Tracy onto the wing also, I can see that as well. And Blake Taaffe going to either to the bench or off and outside the field. They've got options. At least the Bulldogs this season have got options. If one of them are struggling, they can bring them in the hooking position. They've got Drew Hutchinson who can play there as well. They've got heaps of options this season. In terms of that, so they are smart in that way. They've got a lot of options. But they're probably going to have to find someone from within if the Bulldogs are really going to... Someone out of the blocks that we don't know about as a prop is going to come in and go boom on the scene. If they can find that, then look out, anything can happen in 2024, folks. Looking for that another premiership grand final. That's what they need. They need to find one of these young gun props come out of nowhere and absolutely deliver, and one of these young halves go berserk. If they do that, the Bulldogs an absolutely big chance of making the top 8. Whether they can win it, I severely doubt it, but funnier things happen in rugby league. So, Canterbury Bulldogs, that is my season preview of the Canterbury Bulldogs. I think they're potentially a top 8 squad. To see them get much higher than that, I would be very much debatable about that. But they do have some X factor in the team. If they can find the right halves pairing, get that done early on, they find a way to get the prop rotation well, they could go, the sky's the limits for this team. But I just don't see that being the case. But I can see them battling out for the bottom of the 8 or lower, or the mid of the lower brigade from like 8 to 12. That's probably where I see them this season, the Bulldogs, if they're any chance. But anyway, that is the Barry Charles Footy Show for another episode. Remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and have an awesome day out there.